Good morning, good evening, whatever time of day it is, and whatever time zone that you're in. Welcome to More on the Road with Bernard Moore the third, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is what we are all about. We're here live at New Jerusalem North campus talking basketball. Now I know, like everybody say, what do I talk about sports? Yes, I love sports. Sports what helped kept me alive. Sports helped kept me out of trouble. But I don't only just talk about sports. Sports is a catalyst for me to be able to reach the youth, as you can possibly hear that some kids running around right now. They're here learning basketball, but it is something to give the kids to do. So, yes, I do enjoy sports. But right now, joining me, we have three. I mean, I'm saying three. Golly, hello. It's three of us. But I had two young ladies right now to play with Seba that's going to share their journey dealing with basketball. First, we're going to start out with Miss Ty Willis and Miss Bree Blunt. How are you ladies doing?
I'm doing good this morning. How are you?
I'm fine. You sure you're doing good? Cause I know you just got through running and all that type of stuff. So you sure you're doing good?
Yeah, well, after a good practice, you feel nice. You ready to go chill, lay down, relax after a good shower.
Now I'm gonna get to you 1 second, Miss Bree. Now, Miss Willis, why are you playing basketball right now?
Right now,
Yeah, right now.
basketball is my stress reliever. That's my peace. It's been there for me when nobody else was there for me. I love it. We're inseparable.
So what's it? So your name NCAA Wilson and all that type of stuff. You got married to NCAA Wilson.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
basketball tatted on me. That's my life.
Okay. Now, what has best? How far?
Well, I've been overseas twice. I was in Yerevan, Armenia for 6 months, and then last year I was in Santiago, Dominican Republic for 4, and that is where I got my first championship overseas. So
Where's the ring?
I don't have it yet.
Yeah. All right, now let's talk with Miss Bria Blunt. Now, Miss Blunt, I had the opportunity to see you play a couple of times. Now, I know when I was doing the commentary, I know y'all laughed at some of the stuff I was saying, but hey, it's all about excitement. She come down court and just pull up threes in front of everybody, and then go back down the court holding up three, or she's shooting a gun or whatever. She's very excited about it. So, Miss Blunt, what's up with the threes now? You can shoot twos, you can shoot ones, you can lay the ball up. Why shoot threes?
So I've been playing basketball since I can walk, and honestly, I was always short. Um, Going into my sophomore years when I had a growth spurt, I was literally 4'10" all the way into my sophomore year, and I'm about 5'9" now. So I had to learn how to shoot because I couldn't lay it up over tall people. When I penetrate, I would have to kick. So to learn how to shoot, I noticed that everybody sets up on the 3-point line, like they're gonna guard the 3-point line. So I'm like, all right, I got to get stronger. I got to get stronger. So what I would do, I would take one step back, two step back. And so now I can basically shoot it from half court, and I be betting people $5 if I make it from
Five.
half court. You gonna
Why?
bet me
Why
$5?
five?
I mean, I just be trying not to hurt your pocket because I can bet you more than that.
So basically, on the slide, you trying to challenge me
Yeah,
in the shooting contest on the slide.
basically.
Basically, okay.
Can we do it for your viewers?
I am one of respect and stuff. I don't want to embarrass somebody.
Oh,
Me neither.
So, but you want to shoot in front of my viewers. So you said
But see, you already told them I can shoot, so I was wanting to show them. You
you
know what
want to
I'm
show
saying?
them.
Yeah, I'm showing.
Okay, well we're gonna try to later on. So don't
Okay.
hold that thought. Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore the third, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here live at New Jerusalem North Campus, just talking basketball. But we're going to step away from basketball right now. Finna talk about things of life. Now, Miss Willis. Now I know that you stated that basketball is your life. Outside of basketball, who is Miss Willis?
well, Miss Willis is a very loving sister. I'm the oldest of 8. So sports for me is not just basketball, it's football, track, volleyball, major at dance. So this is my first year training. I have my own business, Get Tough with Thai Fitness. I am a personal trainer in the Canton area, Madison as well. So if anybody is looking, I am accepting clients. But outside of that, like I said, it's more so family with me. I'm really big on family. I have 4 brothers and 3 sisters. So any way I can try to create generational wealth as far as with my business, as far as with basketball, that's what I'm doing.
I well again outside of family, you the of 8.
Yeah. Uh,
Now I know, like I said, y'all dealing with sports now, and especially sports with family. were you the bully, or you the one that was getting bullied, or they did bullied you to get tough, or so with
Well,
the look on your face saying that you were being a bully.
to start off,
Okay,
I
had to
was
be a
the
starting
bully.
point.
I was the bully. But now with me being 27 and my brothers are like 18, 19, 15, 24, they're way bigger than me. So now I got to hold my own in the house. You see what I'm saying? So I get bullied sometimes, but I hold up. I don't fold up now. I hold up.
No, but you saying like you're the middle sister, so you're the middle child, so you have to show the younger.
No, I'm the oldest.
Okay, my mistake, my bad off right now. I heard 24, then you said you 20. I just heard a whole lot of
Yeah,
numbers
because
go.
at first you asked me was I a bully. So growing up, like I would bully them. But like me being the age I am now, my brothers have shot up tremendously. So they're all bigger than me. So now it's me having to hold my own weight because they kind of
Okay.
bully me now.
Okay, but how did that feel? Is that a sense of pride, or looks like, man? So now I got to come with it.
Actually, yeah, I do. It's competition in our household. I'm not gonna lie to you. So like they play ball too. So it's competition with everything. Whether it's who can shoot, who can run. If we do foot races for $5.
So, hold on, what's up with five, y'all? I know it's an old song. God, who sung that song? I got five on it. So y'all heard that song? Yeah, it said I
Yeah.
got five on it. But they talking about something else. So y'all talking about five. Now, Miss Blunt. Now, you heard your teammates say how competitive she is, and I know you competitive. You talking about betting me five. Well, I walked in the gym. So we walk into the gym. She's sitting here shooting. They were practicing, but after they finished, she started shooting from half court. And then she gonna say challenge my the young men that are with me. They gonna look at me and say, I got the five, I can make it from here. But she missed it, so I should have betted her. She missed it that time, but I guess when the opportunity comes, you gonna make it.
Yeah, so I missed that time, but then I did make it when I tried to bet her mom $5. But her mom didn't hear me, so I didn't get that $5.
Are you a basketball player or a hustler?
I'm a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Well, hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but hey, that's understandable. Now, Ms. Blunt, now you heard how competitive your teammate is. Now, how about you, though? Any other sibling, rivals, or cousins? When you have family gatherings, especially in the country, and well, I'm not gonna say the country, at grandma house, big mama house, back off in the small towns, whatever. You got the dirt court, and everybody grew up on that dirt court, or pitching rocks across the pond, and all the good stuff. Do you do that, or that's something that said, no, I'm not do that. I'm from the city.
Yeah, I'm definitely not from the country,
Ah,
but I don't know. Me and my siblings, I don't think there was ever any sibling rivalry. Now, when we were younger, we did used to fight each other. Well, they used to fight each other. Honestly, I was the crybaby. Like I was the scariest one, but nobody wanted to fight me. Nobody wanted to fight me. I guess they know like the quiet ones. You don't want to mess with those people, but they never wanted to fight me. They would fight each other, and I'd be like, "Fight me!" But they never wanted to fight me. Maybe, and I was the middle child, so it's probably why they didn't want to fight me. I got a
so
little bit of both
you
sides.
so you were picking fights. You trying to pick fights, and they ran away from you.
Yeah, well, because that's how they were bonding. They were fighting each other, like, but it used to be like hard blows, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I can take that. But what's crazy is, like I was like the crybaby growing up. Like I didn't like people yelling. I didn't like people fighting. Like if my siblings were to fight, I would literally go in the corner and cry, or I would literally just take off running. I think that's why I'm a good runner now because I run distance and like I would just go for a run. And so when my childhood friends or like my teachers from elementary school, they see what I do today, like in my career, and they be like, I never would have guessed it because you were a crybaby. I never would have guessed you would have picked the career that you chose because you were a crybaby.
Now with that, now I know you said that you don't care about yelling and fussing, but you're an athlete. Now, depending on what type of coach you had, you have to deal with that daily.
Right. So I have learned from coaching little kids that sometimes your approach is not always the best approach. Like as a coach, you have to learn how to coach your players and reach your players. Like if you're a coach that yells, 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 you have players that break down, and I was one of those players. So if you curse me out, like I would literally shut down. But then if you were, encouraging me, then you'll get the best out of me. But if you start yelling, 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 like I would get in my own head and I would shut down. So I learned that with different people. Like you have to coach based on that person. Like there are some players you can cuss them out and they'll go give you 50 points. And then there's me. You curse me out, I'm be like, okay, I'm gonna go sit and cross my legs. Be like, okay, find
See,
somebody else to give you 50 points.
I'm gonna say this right now. You just told off on yourself. So now when we go shoot for $5, I'm gonna cuss you out. I'm gonna so hold on, that whole mentality gonna change now, huh? But 'cause you got money on the line. So is it gonna change, or you gonna go sit in
Nah,
the
like I'm,
corner?
I'm a little bit older now, so I know how to tune it out. But when I was younger, like I didn't know how to tune it out, and everybody in the stands would know when I got in my own head, like because like my whole game would change.
All right, now transition to now. I know that you guys are playing professional basketball coming out of college. I know, especially now with the way women basketball is, the WNBA, or you playing international basketball or some other developmental league. How was it for y'all when you transitioned from college to playing professional basketball? Start with you, Miss Willis.
Well, after college, I attended combines. So, like, I was in Vegas, I was in Atlanta, I was everywhere. So, like, just going out, you see way more talent. You see girls. I played a five. I'm only 5'10". So, like, when I go into a game, these post players are way bigger than me, but I love it because they underestimated me. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. But just transitioning as far as like with coaches, with players, like we said, your skin has to be thick because the crowd gets wild, especially overseas. I'm by myself. I'm all the way across waters. I'm homesick. It took an adjustment, but with prayer and my mom, everything it works out. It worked out pretty well.
So you throwing that religion and showing that prayer can take you anywhere.
Oh yeah, everything. God before all. I'm a praying woman.
Okay, hey, we'll definitely get that. Well, Miss Blunt, no, the transition from college basketball, or some did not play college basketball, no, because of certain situations. Either it was family or home, or they just didn't really want to play. But after you graduated, you saw an opportunity to play. You started back playing. Now, how can you not play college but then try to play pro?
Um, I think that part is hard. Like you can tell when people have not played in college, because the mindset isn't there. Because college, people don't believe it, but college is a business because you're not physically getting the money, but they are paying for you to go to school. So technically, you are still being paid. And when in high school, there's no money involved. So people don't know that, and then they don't know like, okay, if you don't produce, like you're gone. And just trying to get everybody on board, and then understanding that the transition from high school to college is a fast-paced game, and it's even more fast-paced when you play professionally because there's really no plays being set. It's just fast break all day, and you got to have the right mindset. You got to be physically fit for that. And honestly, it's hard. I have seen people do it, but then like physically they can do it, but mentally they couldn't because they didn't play in college, so they don't have that mental toughness where you're getting up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and you're practicing 3 times a day. Like after one practice, they're tired and like, I don't want to do this. But if somebody's paying you to do this, then you're gonna be there every time they say you to be there.
Well, yes, I kind of look at college sports as your job right now, especially as a college student. And then once you transition from college to professional, that's your 9 to 5, because is whatever sport you're playing all day, from meetings to training to treatment to practice to working out, it's to community stuff. It's a lot. Now, let's talk about SEBA, what SEBA is doing, especially for women's sports here in the state of Mississippi. Now, I know our Lisa, Coach Thomas, Lisa, whatever y'all want to call, I know she has so many titles. Working with her, how has that been an asset, or you feel that it's a journey, or it just pass it on the pocket, the things are still going on? How has that been working with Lisa, going for you, Miss Willis?
Working with Lisa has been amazing. I was first introduced to her through my AU coach, Coach Robert Williams, and talking with Lisa, she helped me through a situation as far as with overseas basketball as well. And the way she did it, I'm big on this. Not what you do is how you do it, and treat people the way you want to be treated. Lisa is such a sweet soul, and she will give you the definitely the shirt off of her back. But just working with her, and when I say working, I mean like I see the ins and the outs when she's coaching and when she's actually inside those lines, playing with her. But all in all, I can say Lisa, she definitely is amazing, and she will definitely, as far as pushing you, motivation. Oh, she's there. That's her all the way, all day, every day.
So she a cream puff off the court, but on the court she a burnt chocolate chip cookie.
Man, you just see what just happened out there right there. How she
No,
just came back for that little win, and she was happy about that. Lisa is Lisa, and that could mean a lot in so many words.
So basically, again, what you saying? She's a cream puff off the court, but she a burnt chocolate chip cookie on the
Yeah,
court.
yeah.
Okay, well now, Miss Blunt. Now, like I said, now I was introduced to you by Miss Lisa, as well as now when you were participating for this professional team. Again, now how has it been working with her, helping you in basketball? Not only just basketball, but in a professional career as well.
Lisa has a lot of connections, and I have known of Lisa pretty much my whole life because we would play pickup in the gym. And for the longest, like I did not know her name, like I did not know who she was. I just know like she would play with us, and I'd be like, "Is that light skinned girl playing?" Like I never knew her name, and it wasn't until like a few years ago that I actually knew her name. And then when I first met you, um, when I was playing for that team, my brother sent me a picture because me and Lisa were on a picture together, and he was like, "I know her. We went to Upper Bounds together." This is my older brother, and I was like, "Really?" And then I look back. Snapchat has showed me a memory, and then there was a team that me and Lisa played on together for like WJMI, like a benefit game when I was much younger, and I was like, I did not even like remember that, like I did not know that was you, and that's why I'm like, me and Lisa have been basically on the same court for so long, and like I never knew her name, but I knew like she had connections, and like I knew that she was like a good player, and I'm like, okay, so fast forward, rewind like 3 years ago, I actually got to actually like play with her, so I'm like, all right, now we're not playing against each other anymore. We still be competing though, like we still
What's your
compete.
tough opponent for you? Did she talk
Um,
noise? What am I saying?
oh
Did she
yeah,
talk
she
noise on the
talks a
court?
lot of noise, but I like that though. I like when people talk noise because then I shut them up. I like that. Don't be quiet when you play against me. I'm gonna be quiet though, cause I'm very humble. Like I'm not gonna talk no noise to you. I'm gonna let you talk all the noise you want.
Hold on,
I'm
now,
not gonna say anything.
I'm just
now you're not going to talk noise, but you want them to talk noise to you.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna go into a game ready to talk trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna play. Now if you start talking trash to me, oh now I gotta, talk trash back.
I was just me personally. I said I don't like talking noise. You can talk noise all you want. I'm just gonna. I don't think the noise I'm talking is swish,
I'm
swish,
gonna do that too.
swish,
Both of
swish. That's all you gonna hear. Swish. Keep on talking. All you gonna hear is swish,
It don't
swish.
sound right when I talk noise. Like today, when we got ready to start, I was like, I'm down here, and then Ty was like, get up there. I was like, all right, Ty down there. Like, when I was in middle school, I played soccer, and then I broke my wrist, and that was my only injury. But I had a basketball game coming up, and I cried so bad because I'm like, man, I can't play basketball. So I prayed to God. I was like, God, if you find a way for me to be able to play, I said, I promise I would never talk noise. I will remain humble. Like I promise, I promise. So then that is when I had to learn how to shoot with my left hand, and they still allowed me to play. Like the referee allowed me to play with one hand, like I had my hand in a cast, and I was shooting with one hand. And that's why I said I would never talk noise, like because I made a promise to God when I was a kid that if you allow me to play and excel, I will never talk noise, and I always remain humble. So I like when people do it to me though.
I hope you can just see the expression on my face about you talking noise. You just talking noise me by shooting for
No,
five
but that's
dollars.
different. You wasn't out here yet. You wasn't out here. But like on the court, like if you're in front of me, like I would never talk noise. Like when one of the kid, the boy was out there, and I was like, "You sure you want to stay right here? Are you sure you want to stay right here?" Because he set up on the right side. Now I already knew I was gonna go left, and I was like, "Are you sure?" And I just took off, and then I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
Don't be apologizing on the court now. I tell, like I said, I coach at Hillcrest Christian School, junior varsity and varsity. I tell my player we practice against the girls varsity team. Sometimes my junior varsity player, and I tell them on the way they're going to get better if you play your best on the court. Now they're on the court. Now, hey, ain't no male or female, no gender. Not play basketball. Basketball is basketball. Don't take them lightly. Now I know a lot of college coaches, a lot of college program has been doing that lately. They have this practice team, especially the female team, have a team full of males, and you can see the success of the programs. How do you guys? What do you guys thoughts about that? Knowing the college teams, they're using male players to practice against them.
I mean, with me personally, that's not nothing new. I grew up playing with the guys. You know what I'm saying? It's been times where I've been at the court and I've been the only female, and I mean I don't mind because I go out there and bust them up just like I would do a female. But with colleges and how they're adjusting to like as far as making the females tougher, I'm with it. I like it. But for most down and dirty players, more than likely they've played with some guys before. So it's nothing new to them.
Yeah, what about you, Miss Blunt?
I feel the same way. Just like Ty, I grew up playing with boys. I was the only girl at the basketball court. To girls in my neighborhood, they just wanted to cheer, dance, or ride bikes. And my grandfather used to be like, "Can you please go out there and do what your twin sister doing? Like, you come back here smelling like a boy every day." Like, because I was just playing basketball all day long, and all the guys were always older than me. So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna beat this guy today. I'm gonna beat this guy today." And that is literally what made me better. And growing up, I played on the all boys team. I didn't get on my first all girls team until I went to middle school because that's when they separate the girls and boys. But like rec leagues and city leagues, even AAU, I played on the boys team, and then I finally got on the girls team. And I didn't know that girls knew how to play basketball because in my neighborhood, no girls played. I was the only girl that played.
Now, with that, do you think that the lack of a lot of female participating in sport, do you think that's hurting girls' sports or women's sports? That there's not enough interest in it, as well as that if you put more interest in it, that there would excel more females playing some of the male dominant sports such as basketball and softball and all that type of stuff.
I don't think like with the men practicing with the women, I don't think that more so as far as like make them not interested in it. I think that will make them tougher because I mean, me personally, when I walk onto a court, most guys underestimate a female when they walk onto a court.
Yes, they
But
do.
you got these females that's been like me and Bree playing with these guys all their life. So then, but you underestimate me, and I go out here and show you up. Now your pride hurt. You see what I'm saying? Because you're a guy. Y'all normally think that I'm finna beat this girl. Now your pride hurt. And then also too with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark with them opening up a more of a broadened light on WNBA. Now y'all really see how tough women can be. It's not just the men that can get down and dirty now. Women can do it as well.
Bad boys, bad boys. Yeah,
Oh, I gotta go see that.
yeah. Plan to go and see that tomorrow. But now, Miss Blunt, and if it's now a lot. Not sure if you've been following the news. A lot of people stated that Caitlin Clark has kicked the door down for the WNBA about all the things they're getting. Now they're trying to increase the salary. Now they're trying to get all these different endorsements. Uh, the ratings, the viewing ratings has increased. Do you think that if you were in a position and you saw Caitlin Clark come into the league and she's like a lot of stuff is happening now, how would you feel as a player that's been in the league for a few years? Like now, they doing all this stuff now because of Caitlin Clark, or do you think that more eyes are coming to women's basketball because of Caitlin Clark, and then other opportunities are open up because of her, but not because of others? What they saying is tied into it, but you see now it's just finally people started seeing that women's basketball is important.
Basically, I would give Caitlin her flowers. I mean, you do have great basketball players like Candace Parker, who just retired. You got Donna Taurasi, Sue Bird, and Lisa Leslie. Like, they contributed to women's basketball, but when they were in their era, it really wasn't popular. And honestly, people didn't really people really didn't even watch women's college basketball until like the last couple of years. So of course they followed Caitlin and Angel Reese and all of them. So now they're going to fall into the WNBA, and they're going to get a bigger light. And now it's showing people that hey, women are tough, and sometimes the games are actually way more tougher than a male's game because sometimes the men they just want to dunk and shoot. That's all they want to do. It's not really fundamentally sound like a female's game because there's maybe like 3% of women that can dunk, but 90% of men can dunk. So if only 3% of women are dunking, like everything else has to be fundamental. So people are seeing that okay, these people really can play. They do deserve to be paid. And if Caitlin Clark did that, she did that. But if I was like a player that's already been there, I wouldn't hate on Caitlin Clark. I'm like, okay, I'm glad that you came. So now people can see what we've been doing for so long. Like we've been voicing our opinion, like, hey, we need more money, but now they actually see it. So I like clap my hands to Caitlin. Like, I mean, these people deserve money because they're playing, and a lot of them have to either try to go overseas after the season is over, try to get picked up with the USA basketball or like do sports shows just to make money because they don't have enough to just go sit at home during the off season.
All right, now I'm not trying to talk about your back pocket or your bank account or anything. Just like you stated, was growing up in the neighborhood. You played in the country. You played in city league. Did anybody give you a nickel, a dime, or a quarter, a penny to play basketball when you was growing up?
No.
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 And actually, it was kind of hard. Like, my mom was a single mom of five, and I'm in the middle. So I was like my brothers, they played school football, basketball, but I wasn't old enough to play yet. So that means my mom and my grandmother, they had to basically provide everything for me. Like my friends and my teammates had like the Jordans, they had all the nice shoes. And I'm like, Mom, I just need a pair of basketball shoes. Like I just needed one pair. And I didn't know you ain't supposed to wear them all day, but I wore them till the soles came out. Like I had holes in my shoes, but I was still playing in them. And that part was hard. But now that we're older, and like basketball has evolved, like people have sponsors even as kids, but like we didn't have sponsors, we literally had our parents. So I'm very grateful for my mom and my grandma, but nobody gave me money to play, and sometimes I didn't even think I was going to get to play. Like before I got my first pair of basketball shoes, I was playing in my running shoes, and I was like, Mama, I really need a pair of basketball shoes. Like it's going to pay off, it's going to pay off.
Totally agree with what she said. See, she had 5. We had 8, and my mom is a single mom. So, like she said, as far as shoes, hand me downs, we gonna make it work. But I
Yeah.
can say that with coming from backgrounds like that, that makes you more humble. That makes you a better person, and that makes you appreciate the small things. Definitely. So it made us who we are today.
Now, in reference to that, the sacrifices that the parents made for you all to be where you are right now. As a parent, I'm speaking from a parent and I'm speaking from a child as well. Now, was it difficult for your parents to tell you to make sure that you do your home chores, make sure that your homework is done, all that stuff is done? Because if you didn't do it, I see you smile on it, so there must be a story behind that look. When I said your chores and homework,
Yes.
is there a story behind it?
Yes,
So how many?
because
Now be true. Now how many spankings you get, or how many beatings you get? Now I'm not gonna call it 1-800 number on you now.
I can't count. I ain't gonna lie to you. I cannot count. But like as far as chores and homework, like I'm young, I'm a kid. So like at first, I'm like, nah, I get it when I get it. I get it when I get it. Game day come or practice come. Well, you can't go to practice. My kitchen dirty. You can't go to practice. Your room not clean. You gotta give me something for you, you know. So the more she hopped on that, the older I got, the more I understood. So now I know that practice or a game or team bonding is that weekend. On Monday we cleaning up. And then like I said, I'm the oldest of 8. So hey, you take the bathroom, you take the kitchen, you take the living. You know what I'm saying? Teamwork make the dream work.
Delegated.
Yes.
So Miss Blunt, now I know. Now she gave me a look now, but you kind of, please don't come over here to me. Please don't come over here to me.
Not like I said, I'm in the middle, so I really didn't have the issue to where I didn't clean up. Like now my older siblings were like her, like they really wouldn't until like, okay, my mom said, okay,
Crunch
you can't
time.
go outside and do this. But if it was my turn to wash dishes, I just used to hide them under the sink. And then Trey was always after me, so when it was Trey day, I put them back in the sink. So people thought I already washed them. And now it's not my day anymore. It's Trey's day to wash the dishes. Like,
Man, you've been hustling since early ages, skipping out on chores. But hey, but that means that you were a thinker. That means that you were thinking. So that's you strategically figure out how not to wash the dishes, but to get somebody else doing fine. That's understandable. So now, so next time, if I officiate one of your games, I'm gonna watch you because you're a trick. You try to sneak and do stuff. Boy, this is something. Again, this is more on the road with Bernard Moore the third, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is definitely what we're about. Now, I wanted to get off and talk about some of the things that we have going on. I want to give a shout out to my guys over at Talking Sports Live with Rob J, Jamie Horton, Larry Nix, and myself and Ed Bishop. Show comes on Wednesdays from 6 to 7. We'll be live at Full Moon Barbecue, so definitely tune in Wednesday from 6 to 7, live at Full Moon Barbecue. You can definitely join us at 1935 Main Street in Madison, Mississippi. Talk sports with us and enjoy fellowship and eat some good old barbecue. I want to give a shout out to Full Moon. They've been a supporter of this show as well as other events that I've had. Definitely go ahead and take a look at them. Now, again, when you call them and you want something catered, give them a call at 601-466-7713. Make sure that you add some, banana pudding so that I can get some. They don't make it often, but unless they have a catering. So if you call, get your banana pudding so I can get some as well. I really do appreciate that if you do call 601-466-7713. Hopefully they give you a discount if you heard it on More on the Road. And I also want to talk about benefit games that we're hosting this upcoming summer. July the 12th at Hillcrest Christian School, 4060 South Southwood Road, the Coaching Cancer Benefit Basketball Game. Calling them petition to all my coaches, whatever sport that you coach, from little league all the way up to professional. Definitely come on out and support this cause for breast cancer and domestic violence. Like I said, cancer hurt the body, domestic violence hurts the family. So join us to help fight the hurt. Again, July the 12th at Hillcrest Christian School. Tip off is set for 5 p.m. We're gonna have a men and a women's game. So, coaches, when you see me coming, don't try to run from it. I also want to give a shout out to my JPS scholars, former JPS athletics athletes: Bailey, Forest Hill, Lanier, Provine, Callaway, Jim Hill, Merle Wingfield. Come on out to the annual Old School Hoop Fest, July the 27th at Lanier High School. Tip off is at 5 p.m. There's no admission fee, but we are accepting donations. Again, all the proceeds from this game will go back to JPS Athletics because we want to provide our scholars with the resources and the tools they need to continue to excel in athletics as well as in education. Now, also the Holy Patrol Hoops, August the 4th to 2024 at Hillcrest Christian School. Now, it's a it's not a secret, but I got some professional teams that are going to participate in this game as a fundraiser for Operation Shoestrings. And the proceeds from this will help Operation Shoestring do the things that they do. Only knew Operation Shoestring as a food pantry, but they do much more in the community. So definitely come on out to the Holy Patrol Hoops game. I have some professional teams that would play in it August the 4th at Hillcrest Christian School. Now, I have two players here. Hopefully, that they will participate in our Holy Patrol Hoops game. I'm not sure if their coach has shared it with them, but I know now. So we just kind of let a team out in the opening that they will participate in the Holy Patrol Hoops game. So did Coach Lisa talk to y'all about that August the 4th, or am I throwing a surprise on you? Oh, I just threw her up under the bus, boy.
Yeah,
Good
it's
job.
Yeah, you
definitely a surprise.
did.
Well, no. I talk with Lisa. No, we're always constantly doing stuff. So she do a lot of stuff behind the scene, like I said, some things that y'all don't see. And this game, Holy Patrol Hoops, it is a benefit game that we're putting together for Operation Shoestrings. The proceeds from this game will go to them because of what they do, and this is y'all way of giving back to the community by participating. And I really appreciate that. But I know Lisa gonna fuss at me because I spilled the I shared. I mean, I let the rabbit loose. Outside of basketball, now let's take a look at some things that's going on in the state of Mississippi and the world. Like I said, I don't just talk about sports. Now I talk about a lot of stuff. See, a lot of people think I deal with sports, but yes, I am sports grounded because it helped me keep my head on straight. Because for one thing, I was afraid of what my mothers were going to do to me. And then I was afraid of my coaches were going to discipline me in the running. So that's why I made sure I kept my head on straight. And also build character and team, working how to work with people. Outside of basketball and the community, what is something that you think that can help make this world a better place, Miss Willis?
Well, like I told you, I do have my own business, Get Tough with Thai Fitness. So I use that to try to do different things within the community. Like for one, I did a health fair, and I had different speakers. My auntie, she's a clinical research associate. I had a lady from insurance. I had a black male, he's a paralegal. I just had them come out and just talk about what they do for a living, how it can help us in our communities and things of that nature, because we as people, we don't go to the doctor as we should. We don't, we don't check on you. We don't check on ourselves, like we should. Or as far as like the young man that came and talked about black men mentals.
Yeah.
As far as with black men and mental health, that's not really spoke on. And with me having four brothers, I see the good, the bad, and the ugly of men themselves. So that's something that, I try to harp on as well. And like now I'm in the process of planning, just a family fitness fun day to tell people about the ins and outs of fitness, what this do, how can nutrition help, and also just give the kids something to do. It's hot outside. Majority of these children are not in summer programs or things of that nature. So if I could just get my community out and just, explain to them what does what as far as with the fitness, as far as the machines in the gym and things of that nature, then I'm happy. I like helping people.
Now, I'm glad you hit on the point about mental health. That has been coming a big issue, especially in the community with mental health. When we think about mental health, people first language. This is what I learned at school. We got to change our language sometime. When we think about first thing that comes to mind with mental health, crazy.
Right.
And Crazy people are the ones that go sit on the couch and talk to
But
somebody.
it's nothing
Uh,
wrong with having a therapist. It's
yeah,
it's nothing wrong with having a therapist. And I make sure I tell my brothers, not even just my brothers, but my sisters as well. Like I ask my mom, like, okay, today Wednesday, where are you on the mental meter? With 10 being I'm not gonna make it till tomorrow, and then like I'm a 5. I mean, with 10 being good and 1 being I'm not I'm not good today. I ask them all the time just to see where they at. So if you like a 5 or a 6, it's okay. Keep pushing. There's
now,
nothing wrong with we go through things.
I
Things
know.
happen.
Now, with you being in that profession, and I know sometimes we try to mask stuff. Now, again, don't think that I'm being sexist or anything about the statement that I'm about to make.
Mhm.
So I don't think that I am being sexist. Women put on makeup to cover up different blemishes. We put on clothes to cover up some of our imperfection. Because if we go back, now I'm finna speak religious now. If we go back to the biblical days in Genesis, when the world was created, we was running around here butt naked,
Right.
Yeah.
free in the world, blind as I say, blind as a bat. We didn't see nothing. Adam didn't know Eve was naked. Eve didn't know Adam was naked. Running around with his Johnson, all this stuff,
Yeah, didn't know what
everything
clothes were.
exposed.
Right.
But until we made that simple mistake, that what happened of the Garden of Eden, and here it is come, we were naked. Now, some people can look and say that Eve was crazy for disobeying the rule. Did she have a mental relapse or something? See, mental state can go always from the creation of time. But us as individuals, that we don't want to go talk to nobody about our problems, but we'll definitely go talk to our girlfriend, our brother about what's going on. Now, back to my whole general statement, said that, again, don't think that I'm being sexist about this. What the statement saying, women put on makeup because they're trying to cover up blemishes. Now, how many times have you seen a woman or a male put on something to cover up a blemish, and you say, no, let's talk about it?
It rarely because it's hard. You're not finna meet someone and just be like, well, I ain't just gonna say meet someone. You could be knowing this person for a while, but it's hard for people to just open up to you. And that like and with me, I try to be a great person. I try to make people comfortable, especially in that comes with training because as a
Yeah.
personal trainer, again, I see the good, the bad, and the ugly of people. So sometimes they come in ready to work. Sometimes they come in like, yeah, I had a long night last night. I ain't sleep. I'm going through something, and I could tell. But like I tell everybody, one, health is wealth. When you feel good, you look good, your confidence is boost. This. And with me and get tough with Tide Fitness, I don't mean tough like physically. I mean mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Because when you coming in this gym and you working out, we probably not even work out. We probably just have a venting session. You may just need that. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of things that ties into being a trainer. And I tell people all the time, what you go through, that's okay. Somebody else got it worse. But it's hard for people to just let their guard down. So I feel as though the more comfortable you get with the person, the more open you will be, and then maybe you'll be open, depending on who you're talking to. Maybe you'll be open to like, okay, well, yeah, you're right. I can't go talk to this shrink, or I can't go see a therapist. You know, this. But I say society got us all like messed up in the head as far as with therapy and stuff like that. But I would definitely advise somebody to go talk to someone. There's nothing wrong with it.
All right. Now, Miss Bree, now I know what you do for a professional career. I don't know if you want to share that or not, but we're in that same line of work. It's interesting, much stuff that we see in your profession. How does that make you feel? Now, when you see something going on and you want to help, but sometimes they may reject because of who you are in your profession.
Um, Honestly, like mental illness is a very sensitive subject for me. Because in the black community, like it is not talked about, it is swept under the rug because people don't want their family to be looked at as if their family has trouble, their family has problems, and then if you have a child that suffers from a mental illness, you basically you shut them away. You don't tell the other family members. You basically you shelter that person. You isolate that person, and that is one of the reasons why I chose to do what I do. Like I said, I am the middle of 5 children. Growing up, my little brother had a mental illness, and I never knew about it. Never. And our mom didn't want to tell us because she didn't want us to treat him differently. So in our eyes, because he was the baby, we assumed that he was just bad. And I'd be like, man, you so bad. Like, and I kept telling her, I'm like, why are you rewarding bad behavior? it wasn't that she was rewarding bad behavior. Like, she understood what he was going through because she was the one that's taking him to doctor's appointments and taking him to, take his medication and everything like that. It wasn't, honestly, it wasn't until I got to college that I found out that my brother suffered from multiple mental illnesses and that he was on different medication. So whenever he was off his medication, he would act different. And that is when I assumed that he was, bad. But when he was taking it, best kid ever. And I blame myself a lot because I did not see the signs. So when I chose the career that I chose, I was just like, I could not help him, but I will help everybody else that I come in contact with. And I'm in grad school right now at Jackson State. I'm online, and my focus is behavioral science because I do want to work with the mentally ill. I take any class I can, get to get any certification I can. Right now, I'm a CIT officer, so that's a crisis intervention team officer. So, like, there's only like a select few in the state of Mississippi that can deal with people with mental illnesses because, like, a regular person wouldn't know the signs. Like, they just wouldn't know how to deal with them, and they're just like, oh, he just need to go to jail, or he just acting out, he's just bad. But that's, everybody's not blessed to do that. You got to have patience. And since I could not help my brother because I did not know, I said that I will help any everybody that I can. So, like, that is literally what I do every single day.
Yeah, I know, and working, especially seeing the news and working in certain professions, that they're closing a lot of mental health facilities. There, some of them are shunning away from it, saying that it's not anything that we need to focus on. Instead of, if they have a mental illness, they're causing distractions in the community, put them in jail. And sometimes the jails are not set to handle that situation, because we're going to say that they committed a crime, but they were just going through a mental crisis and no one sat down and talked with them and tried to get them help. And I know that is a big issue that we're facing, especially here in the Jackson community, because you can just ride downtown and you can see somebody just walking and they're talking to themselves and they pointing and air fighting. And
Mm-hmm.
some may say, call the police and say, hey, come arrest this guy. He's having some problem. No, just sit down. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, he may be hot, dehydrated, and that's just a reaction that the chemical nerve. Now and then with this medicine, now everybody's trying to legalize marijuana. They say marijuana is the key to someone that's having ADHD, that having episodes. Some people say give them marijuana. I've seen individuals smoke some marijuana, street marijuana, and they completely made a 360. Like, they're gone mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the first thing they want to do is just lock them up, put them in jail. Now, Miss Willis, now in your profession and working with getting stronger mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, do you feel sometimes drugs are excuse me, let me rephrase that, medication is a good thing for someone dealing with certain health issues and someone dealing with different stressors?
Like with that, I would say it's different strokes for different folks, of course, but it's how you monitor it, if that makes sense, because addiction is real. You can't get addicted to those medications. But like she said, when her brother was taking them, he was okay. He was good. So some people you have like that, and some people you don't. So to answer your question, I've seen what medication can do to people, and I'm not the one to quick to say, like, yeah, take that what they give me. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be like, take this, and then your body doesn't adjust to the medicine, this and this. So like as far as medication, I can say it's 50-50. It helps some, but then also it can harm others as well. So
I know when they do the researches and the studies with the mice, with the gerbils, and I say killing all the animals though, but hey, but and I haven't seen where a medicine says it's going to be 100%.
exactly.
That one says it's going to be 80,
Exactly.
70% that's curable. I've never seen a medicine that says 100% that it's going to do this.
And it does it.
But they still doing studies and stuff on how to try how to better it. Now, Miss Blunt, I said, I know it may be a sensitive subject. Again, how do you feel about medication? No, again, how it can help someone calm someone's nerve, and sometimes certain medication can excel the nerves, because mostly a lot of active activities in our body is based off our nerves and our bloodstream and our blood system. How do you feel about medication? Do you support it, saying, hey, well, it can help, or I don't like it? Which way?
I'm not gonna say I don't like it or I do like it. Like, I tell everybody the best medicine is Jesus. Like
Yep.
God is the best medicine. Because that is like 100% pure medicine. Like, as long as you have a good relationship with that man, you might be sick. So, oh, you might be sick. As long as you got to get a relationship with him, there's healing in the blood. Now, I'm not the type to say you sick right now and God gonna heal you, because I don't know what God will do, but I know what He can do. So you might not be healed on this side, and okay, He calls you home, but you healed on that side. Like there's no more tears, no more heartache, no more pain. You know what I'm saying? Like God is the best medicine. But as far as like medicine from doctors, I was one of those that was like, oh no, he don't need medicine. But like my brother was very hyper. So when he took the medicine, it was mellow, calm, and everything. But when he didn't, he wouldn't sleep for days. So I think as long as it's regulated and it is taken like in the proper dosage, then it's okay. But a lot of the homeless people, how they are closing these mental facilities, they're not getting their medication. So then they self medicate with different drugs. You cannot mix that with what you've already taken. And then if you like you're schizophrenic, like you a lot of people and talking in your mind, like, and then you take drugs on top of that, then you will be out here talking to yourself, fighting the air, things like that. So we really need to advocate for these mental facilities, so that it can be opened back up, so these people can get on their medicine, so they can get off of the streets. Like they don't know what they're doing, like they're literally just out here homeless or houseless, and they don't have doctors to go to get their medication. They're just getting whatever they can off of the streets, and then of course they get the police called on and they get arrested. Like you already said, that they don't belong in jail, they don't belong in prison, they belong in a hospital to get help, to get treatment, to get their stuff regulated, to get the right proper dosage. Now sometimes medicine, like once you have done drugs, especially if it's laced with something, the medication is not working. Like at that point you need to be like in a facility, where you are monitored 24 hours a day. Like you don't need to be on the streets. So medicine helps, but it does not help when you mix it with other things.
Exactly.
Gotcha. And that's one thing, especially our bodies are made up of a lot of different nerves, organs, and tissues, and all that good stuff. And sometimes our bodies can become chemically imbalanced because you have some people that are lactose intolerant. They can't
Right.
take any dairy product. You have peanut allergies. Like, man, how you allergic to peanut butter? That's the. I hope that one of y'all are allergic
No,
to peanut
no.
butter. You want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
It does sound pretty tasty.
But it is so much that, especially dealing with the body. But I like what you said, though, the best medicine to take is Jesus.
Definitely.
Now, but you have those individuals that they don't believe in Jesus. If you believe in Jesus, why did your grandma just die? Why did your granddad die? Why is your uncle sick in the hospital, but you believe in Jesus? But not some things. God allows some things to happen. Now, just it's for a reason to get your attention, but. This is not our final resting place. Now, see, y'all got me. We supposed to be
Yeah, but
talking
people
about.
have to remember that all of our days are numbered. Like
Exactly.
when God said He knew us before He created us in our mother's womb. Like He already knew what we were going to be. Our days are numbered. Like our steps are numbered. When we get to that last step, we're at that last step. So it's not that God took my grandmother. Like my grandmother was suffering or something. Not my grandmother, because my grandmother's fine, but somebody's grandmother. You know what I'm saying? They're suffering. They got stage 4 cancer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like God, like in their pain, we don't want them to be suffering. Okay, so God is like, okay, now it's time for me to call my child home. It's not that God took my grandmother. I don't like him, anything like that. Like when I was younger, I did question God when my grandfather passed away. He was my best friend, but then I have learned not to question God, because everything happens for a reason. Like God he has full control. Like He knows what He's doing. So like I keep telling you, I don't know what God will do, but I know what He can do. Like the man raised Lazarus from the dead after he had been
Come
dead for
on
2
now.
days. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Like 2 days now. Like he was good and dead. That's
A
why I
full
said
2 days.
I don't know what He will do, but I know what He can do. So if I know if He can raise Lazarus from the dead, He can do whatever He wants. But it might not be in the books for you at the time. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that He don't heal. That don't mean that He don't save. Like He could do whatever He want to do. Like
Exactly.
this when I was younger, this is how I picture God. Like you know how you got a dollhouse? I did not play with dolls. My sister did, but you're always bigger than that dollhouse. So you move that doll around. So I am the person moving the doll. Like, oh, that is God. Like we're in His dollhouse, and He's gonna put us here. He's gonna put us there. He has the ability to put us where He wants us, because He is operating that dollhouse. Like the world is the dollhouse. Like He is doing all of that.
No, that is very nice.
And
You
then
broke that down
yeah,
good. I didn't think about it like that.
God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. But if you in that dollhouse right here, you were literally on top of that whole
Yes.
dollhouse. So you were right. You're in every room at the same time.
That's
Literally
dope.
how I had
That's
to learn.
dope.
That's how I had to
I
feel
like
when I was
that.
a kid.
It's dope.
We were been talking basketball.
I mean, but you can't
And
talk
he
about
gave us
basketball
our
without
gifts.
talking about God,
Hey,
man.
can't do nothing without God.
I say you can never leave him out.
Now, the first thing that I stated, and I said, yes, y'all actually, this is sports. So, yes, we do talk about sport, and we're going to take detours and go every different which way. Now, again, that's the thing I like about it is I know we still have to follow the FCC regulations. I can't curse, but hey, whatever. I'm not a cursor. Don't think that I'm going to sit up and curse, but that's the thing I like about more on the road is I am in control of it, and we can
Right.
go take detours and stuff. I like because it's on the road, so I
Yeah.
can. You got to take detours to get sometime where you're going because the warning signs and the construction signs are there, so you got to take a detour to try to get to where you're trying to go
Yep.
in life. Now, Miss Willis, Miss Blunt just gave a sermon that she don't know that she just touched somebody, but she was the shy one, the quiet one, that didn't want to do anything. Now, I know you gave a high five, so now I know it's something passionate upon your heart that you want to share, and reference, especially dealing with mental health, and especially dealing with this stuff, and especially how sports help you, basketball help you. Well, I'm gonna say sports because you said you did all other type of sport. How it help you in life? What can you tell a young male or female about how sports builds you to say, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to sit at home and watch TV and do nothing.
Keep pushing. I'm gonna start with that. Keep pushing because like in high school and up until like the beginning of my sophomore year of college, I hated working out. I hated the tour days. I hated getting up early. Just pray. I hated that. I promise you, I did. But once you see like once you realize how peaceful basketball can be for you, and once you see the things that it do for you, and once you see like the wonderful people that it brings you, because basketball has brought me amazing people with amazing connections. I have wonderful friends that I've met just because basketball. Once you realize all of that, and that comes with growth and maturity as well. Once you realize all of that, things change. But I can say, my mindset really shifted maybe about 2.5 years ago because I got out of an abusive relationship. So that's why I really found God because I've never felt so low. I've never been in a dark hole like that before. I'm a great person. So what I'm going through, I'm like, Lord, like why me? Like what's going on? Why I gotta go through this? This. But in the midst of me being in that dark place and praying to God more and telling him like, okay, God, you got it. I'm done trying to write this story for myself. This is all you. He opened my eyes to so much. He opened my eyes, and when I say that to him, like, cause like now I can't say with me on this journey with God, I can feel him. I don't know if that makes sense, but like whenever he's present, like when Bree was talking about it, I'm getting chills. Like I can feel his presence. I can feel him moving. And I would say to anybody, like she said, God is the answer to all. So me going through that, I ain't know like which way to turn. I can vent to my mama, to my sister, my brother, but God is the answer to all. So pray. As I pray. Pray. And like I said, with growth and maturity, your mindsets change. And with the more things that you go through, that makes you out to be, who you are today.
Now, where's my collection plate? We are at a church right now. I'm gonna call Pastor Pickett and tell him that he got two evangelists in here testifying in his gym. Again, now we said that God bless you with the ability to play sports. He bless you with that ability, that gift. I use 1 Corinthians 12 as a good is my slogan, my Christian standpoint of my business with more and more sports management. That is my because God blessed me with so many gifts, and I'm gonna use it to glorify Him. Now, again, I'm gonna call Dr. Pick and tell me he got some evangelists going on in his gym, and not just basketball. Then I'm gonna let Lisa know that we're gonna start having some prayer sessions and stuff on before practice. So, what has basketball done for you? Not just on the court, but off the court.
Near.
Either one. It's a coin
Um,
toss, jump ball.
Well, basketball, it really built my confidence. Like I told you, I was very quiet, very shy, and like I'm still more of an introvert. I'm not an extrovert. People would think I am because I mean on the court, like
Yeah.
I talk to people. I'm very loving, but then outside of basketball, I just want to go crawl back into my corner. But it has like allowed me to see different things and make a lot of friends. And like I said, it built my confidence because like I had no confidence at all. Like very shy. I used to walk around with my head down, and then, but I was always a good basketball player, and people saw it, but I didn't see it, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just a little old Bree, you know what I'm saying? But now, like, I speak. when people like we'll go place and they be like, okay, I need somebody to speak for us, or they want us to pray or something. Like I never used to be that type, and now I'm raising my hand like, okay, I'll do this, I'll do that, because I'm a firm believer in that God gave it to me and God could also take it away. So I have to use it. I gotta use my voice. I gotta use my talent. And minister to people while I'm playing basketball, minister to people while I'm at work, even right now on your podcast, like because God can take it away. Like
Exactly.
I have seen this happen so many times. Like doctors are going blind, or basketball players getting in accidents, being paralyzed. Like you're up and running one day, and now you're not. Like so, you always got to be humble. Always thank God for what you can do. And it wasn't until recently, like maybe a year ago, I was reflecting, doing my morning devotion, and then I was just like, man, like my hands are moving, my legs are moving, I can see the little small stuff, like my five senses. Like I used to take that stuff for granted. So
Girl, I
every morning I
swear.
wake up, I open my eyes, I swallow a little bit of spit. I'm like, okay, God, I'm still here. I'm in the land of the living, and I thank you for my five senses. I'm able to move. I'm able to walk. I'm able to do all of that. And I used to take that little stuff for granted. And then I had to realize, like, one of my basketball coaches, he had to get his leg amputated. And I was like, oh man, like, but I'm like, I still got two good legs. I need to thank God for them two good legs. I got arms. Like, I might, like, when you met me, I had just gotten injured. And I was like, man, I hadn't been injured since I had broke my wrist when I was younger. And I was like, man, I probably won't be able to play basketball. I had to go through therapy. I had to play a whole year with a brace. I had to adjust to it. And I was like, man, I probably won't be able to play. But I was thanking God. I was like, God, if I'm able to play, like, please let me play. Like, I'm always gonna thank you. And now I'm not even playing with the brace no more. But I was playing with the brace then because I got hurt, and I was like, oh man, I can't play. I was so sad.
But no, she hit everything right on the head. It builds character. It builds confidence. It definitely made me more vocal because, like, every team I've been on, and I kid you not, whether it's from rec up until professional, it's always Mama Ty. That's it. I promise. It's always there. Like it. Like with basketball, it builds. Like I said, it made me more vocal because I'm the type of person. At first, I was not finna tell everybody, yeah, y'all line up. We got two line layers. I'm not the one that do practice with coaches, not, you know what I'm saying? But by my coaches, I'm like, Tyja, you got that in you. You're a leader. This is what I need from you. This. So with them instilling that into me, as far as with training as well, being consistent, discipline, it triggers into other aspects of your life. And that is why I love basketball.
All right.
Yeah, same thing with me. Like I used to want to be in the corner. Like I wouldn't speak
In the corner
up.
shooting threes.
Yeah, something like that. But see, I would just be quiet. I'm like, you know what? I'm just here practicing. Let me do what I'm doing. But then, like she said, the coach saw something to her. Coach saw something to me. Like, all right, I'm gonna make you my team captain. Like, you get these kids ready to stretch. Like, you do this. So the more I became vocal, it helped my team. Like, I didn't even know that people were looking up to me. I'm like, I'm on a team just like you.
Girl, I
I'm just
promise
like you.
you.
But they would come to me like, how do you do this, Bree? How do you do that? Like, when it came to track, running comes natural to me. Like, it just came natural. I've been running since I can walk. And then I had teammates. I didn't know that people would actually like look up like how to run, how to breathe when you run. And then they would come to me and they'd be like, well, breathe. How do you run so gracefully? Like I don't even hear your foot hit the ground. And I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do when you're a distance runner. Like it's supposed to be graceful. Or they'd be like, well, how do you breathe when you run, Bree? Or how do you run so many miles and not get tired? I was like, I don't know. But then I realized like they look up to me and they're trying to be like me. So I'm like, okay, I got to be a good role model. And now I need to go start looking this stuff up so I can tell them what to do because I don't know. I just do it. And that really helped me, like I said, build my confidence because people believed in me when I wasn't even believing in myself. I'm like, I'm just out here just like you.
Well, ladies, again, I really do appreciate it. See, y'all know we've been talking about 58 minutes and 30 something seconds. Y'all didn't even know it.
Oh, man.
Y'all just running your mouth and didn't know
When
what
this
was
about
going.
topics like we be talking about, I can go on and on all day with you.
And see, and that's what's it. I'm glad y'all didn't look at the camera like, how do I look? But now we took y'all level before. It's like, man, I'm sweaty. I need some powder. I need some Vaseline. No, we just conversing.
Mine too.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
I know my edge is rough right now.
Yeah, they rough.
They ain't laboring that.
Yeah. But it's the thing is, y'all just got out of practice, and I caught you right out of practice. But again, ladies, I really do appreciate your time. Is there anything else that y'all say? Because it's time by time for us to get out here. I know they're trying to run us at the gym right now, but we got to go testify outside somewhere now. So, is there anything else that y'all want to share before we get out of here?
Follow my fitness page on Facebook.
What is your fitness page on
Get
Facebook?
Tough with Ty Fitness. If you want my personal Facebook, it is Tyja Willis. So yeah, I post all the gym content, the nutritional facts. You know,
Okay.
again, health is wealth, guys.
What about you, Miss Blunt?
Um, I don't have a fitness page like Ty, so I'm not a fitness trainer. But if I did have to say something, it would be honestly like for the world, for the country. Like we need to turn back to God. We all need to put God first. You put God first, you cannot lose. Like I keep telling people, like He is perfect. He created everything,
Amen.
and He cannot lose. So why not be on His team? Like I'm trying to be on the winning team. I ain't trying to play against Him. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm with
we
you
need
when
to
you're
turn
right.
back to God. Always put God first, and then everything else will follow. Everything else.
I got you, ladies. Again, that was Ty Willis and Rhea Blunt, both of the SEBA basketball team. They coming out here, just got to finish working out. I know they was working out hard because I seen them running through the court and stuff. They were talking noise and stuff. It was just fun. And they talking noise and still playing basketball. But hey, it is what it is. But again, I thank you guys for joining us on More on the Road. But now it's time to get out of here. It's time for us to hit the road somewhere. I don't know where we're going to be at next week, but just stay tuned. But much love to you guys. 1 + 1 = deuces.